Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my 555 wealth plan. And what that means essentially is how 10% per month compounded, managing your money by yourself can change your entire finances in the next 5 years. Now, I've been on a personal challenge for the last 14 months, doing exactly this. So I'm going to show you my progress. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it. And if you're interested to learn more, then I'll give you an opportunity to dig deeper at the end of the video. 10% per month, how to build wealth in 5 years. And how did I arrive at this? I'm an architect, and I wanted to go into development. So I wanted to go a step above the technical consulting, waiting for clients and basically being at the mercy of developers and market and clients. And I wanted to do my own projects. I wanted to start building wealth that way. But the problem was access to capital. And I didn't want to take loans from the banks and all that. You know how the Nigerian economy is. So I decided, you know what? Let me use my brain and the little knowledge I have and figure out how to actually compress time frame and accelerate wealth creation. And so I discovered this plan after many years. This works. It's mathematics and time and patience and just a little bit of knowledge. So what do you need to actually make this work? I'm going to show you the details here, but I think it's important to set the foundations right. An accelerated wealth program, that's what this is, and anybody can do this. All right. Probably I'll put a caveat uh, that it would probably work better for you if you already have something you're doing and you're not unemployed and looking for opportunity. If you have a job or business, you have a means of livelihood and you want to manage your money, by yourself, you can put money aside and consistently and say, you know what, if there's a way for me to outperform the market, outperform inflation rates in Nigeria, which is crazy, above 30% now, and basically outperform the biggest and best hedge funds out there, managing my money, being 100% in control of my funds and my financial future, then this will work for you. So the first thing is that you need the right plan. And that also has a lot to do with the time factor. And this is where I had the first issue because I had a plan to do this through investing in the stock market. And it was a brilliant plan, just that it was going to take me 10 to 20 years or 10 to, yeah, if I was really good and didn't make any mistakes, I would do it in about 10 to 12 years. But I had to put that buffer. So let's say 15, 20 years. And I quickly figured out that that wasn't going to work. It was too much of a price to pay as an alternative to just going to raise funds, right? If I can raise funds now and take that risk, I can begin to do my projects. But I don't want to wait 20 years to be able to prove that I don't need that. I needed something that can effectively replace that capital and do it in a short enough time frame. So obviously, you can't save your way to you can't save your way to this. If you save 1,000 naira, if you saved 1,000 naira last year in the bank, even if they gave you fixed deposit of what 20% interest, by now, the naira has devalued by about 300% basically. So your 1,000 naira it's about 300 naira in terms of value. And then we have our inflation that is just out of the book. So you understand what that means. The stock market can work. It's just that it's also a double-edged sword. And especially if you're doing this in Nigeria, with the economic uncertainty out there, it's just this was my initial plan, but it was going to take too long, and there was a lot of uncertainty with that. Same thing with mutual funds. I mean, these mutual funds are quite they are safer, generally speaking, and ETFs are also probably much safer than mutual funds, but it's just a time factor. It's a time factor. I don't want to, I can't do anything with 20% per annum in an economy where inflation is 30%. You understand? So it wasn't adding up. So that drove me to crypto in 2016 where I learned about 2015 where I started getting involved with Bitcoin and learning about the industry. And I went really deep into crypto, lots of lessons and all that. Actually did raise a lot of capital through crypto that helped me to start doing my real estate about 2 years ago, acquiring land and doing some land banking. So definitely works, but it's not something I can effectively teach to people. I wasn't yeah, I tried, trust me. I have some communities that I try to mentor, but it's a very, very fast changing ecosystem, you know, like like things change per second, literally per second, everything can go wrong. So it's not, I didn't have there was no stability to be able to teach what worked for me to other people. And so you find a situation where something worked for you and you're doing it, but you try to show somebody else and the person gets burnt, it affects your credibility. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to teach crypto. I mean, I can advise one or two people here and there, but I'm not going to use that as my main platform for showing people how they can do what I'm doing. So I crossed out crypto. I still have substantial crypto uh investment, but I I decided to go with trading. Now I started learning about trading in 2005, so it's a very, very long time ago, about 18 years, if I'm not mistaken. So I started trading in 2005, and I've been trading for a long time, but I just didn't have the capital, so I didn't take it seriously. I just did it like a pastime. It's my hobby. I love the analysis, the statistics, probabilities. I love making those. It's like a small game for me. But I decided to take it seriously as a wealth plan, not as a way of a means of livelihood. And that's where I came up with the 10% per month wealth program. So essentially, most Forex people that trade, they know how to do 10% per month. The problem is that they're trading with so little capital, like $100, $500, $1,000, and they need to make, probably 20, 30% for that trading endeavor to make sense for them. So if you're trading with $500 and you're making 10% per month, that's just $50. That cannot do anything for you in the society that we are today. So you are forced to try to do like 50% so that, yes, I can take out some money, I can grow the account, and that's where people get into trouble. These trading instruments were not primarily designed for people who are looking to make money. They were designed for people who have money but want to preserve the value of their money and just grow it, not make money, not hammer. It was for growing wealth over time, 10% a year kind of thing, 15% a year kind of thing. But if you're trying to do 100% a month, then you put undue pressure on yourself, on your account, your attention is a bit skewed and you get into trouble. So I said, you know what if we could find a way to do this trading and just do it as a money management thing, not necessarily as an income generating activity like a means of livelihood. And that's basically the foundation of this concept. So that's the right plan. So the right plan here is to trade your money, but in a particular way, which I'm going to talk about. So you need to have the right psychology that, okay, this is long term, right? This is not something I want to cash out next week. It's a long-term thing, like you are investing in the stock market for the next 5 years. The same thing you would have done if you were to hand your money over to a fund manager. That's exactly what we are doing here. Just that you are the fund manager, a smart money manager, like I like to call it, and you're managing your money and you're outperforming any other person in the world. Trust me on that. So you need to have the right psychology. And the other thing is that, you know what? No one is smarter than me. You can, if I was sitting across the table from you, I would have you say this out loud so you can hear yourself that you can actually do this. It's your money, all right? And no one can manage it better than you. No one has your best interest, more than you yourself. So you need to have the right psychology and just say, you know what, I need to be responsible for my financial future and I can learn what it takes. There's enough technology There's enough information, there's enough support and proof out there that you can actually do this. So what we're left with is the right platform. Okay. There are so many missing moving parts in this puzzle, right? In this project that you need to get everything right for you to work. Basically, you can have the right trading plan, you can have the right psychology, but if you are building on the wrong platform, you can still get screwed up. So many people have lost their funds because they are building on the wrong broker, they are trading on the wrong exchange. I still remember the likes of FTX and what happened about 2 years ago with SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, and all that. So there's a lot of things going on. You need to be on the right platform, the right market, the right instrument, so that you can do this over time. Remember, the keyword is long term, over time. And time is the ultimate form of leverage that I've discovered. And this is how you can use time to your advantage. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what 10% per month, this should be over here. What does 10% per month compounded actually look like? I'm using myself as the guinea pig. I know it's possible. It's just mathematics, is my experience. I know 10% is nothing for most people that know how to or have any inkling about trading. It's like, what are you doing 10% a month? The problem or the opportunity is when you now do it consistently and leverage the power of compounding over time with an investment mindset. That's the secret sauce. So I want to introduce you to this little website called thecalculatorsite.com. So let's go there and I'm going to show you some pretty neat things. This will become one of your favorite websites to visit after this video. When you are bored, just go to thecalculatorsite.com and dream of what's possible. So this is the site right here. And it's just basically a compound interest calculator. And what we want to find out is what is $1,000 going to look like over 5 years if you grow it at 10% per month, which is very possible with trading. It's like low-hanging fruit, conservative. I'm not even a serious trader kind of thing. So let's look at 10% per annum, okay, for 1 year and see what that comes to. If you do 10% on $1,000 account in a year, this is what you will get if you put your money in the bank, literally. If you do like fixed deposit, you can get up to 20% thereabout or a little bit more. But that's just like $200 on your $1,000. Remember, our inflation is over 30%. Okay, and we don't know how much further the naira is going to be going to depreciate against the dollar, which is basically running what we're doing in this economy. So this is basically loss. You're walking backwards. All right. So here's what we want to do. What if we made this 10% per month? And we just did this for 12 months. You start to get a picture of what this can look like. So you started with $1,000. In 12 months, you have grown your account by $2,138. Your total balance is $3,000. This is 3x your money. All right. Your return is 213%. This is 10 times what you would get in a rate or in a good mutual fund or something without the fees. Okay, without the fees. So 10% per month, 213%. There is no hedge fund on the market that can give you 213% per annum. None. But this is good, but this is not where I'm going. Okay. You can also see here that your capital doubled in 8 months. I mean, just this alone, there's so many opportunities that could come out of this. But remember, we're not being greedy. We are being smart. We are managing our money and we are working overtime. If you have more time, you can actually do more than this. But I'm saying this is the average busy professional working 8 to 5 or working 8 to 8, whatever, and you don't have time to sit down to trade. Okay. That's what I'm about to show you. So, but let's see what happens when you do this over 5 years. Okay, same 10%. We're not withdrawing from this money. It's not your rent money. This is your wealth money, wealth account. Your 10% per month takes your $1,000, and at the end of 5 years, you have $304,000 in that account. What can you do with this money? This is capital. This is capital. That is what I'm talking about. You can take this money, all right, and you can allocate it to a project. This is about 450 million naira. This can do my real estate project, whatever real estate project I want to do in 5 years. Okay. And I like all the money available. It's not all the money available. Okay. So I'm rethinking the way I want to build wealth. This is an alternative way. Okay. You're taking full responsibility, but hey, there's so many benefits to that as well. But remember, I said $500,000, not 300. So how did I come about that? Okay. So I said, you know what? If you're going to take wealth seriously anyway, you have to have a monthly allocation to build your wealth, to put aside for your investing purposes. And since there's no other investment that can give you this kind of return, it makes sense to allocate a portion of your forced savings or your fixed or your consistent savings plan to this particular account. All right. This is not your Forex account. This is your wealth account. So if you're saving $100 a month from your salary or $50 a month, then you can either allocate the entire $50 a month here or $25 a month, or whatever it is. So I said, you know what? What if you add $50 every month to your wealth account? You're doing 10% a month, but now you begin to add $50 a month. This is within the reach of most people if you are serious and you take this as a project. So instead of $300,000, you are up to $456,000 in 5 years. That's an extra $150,000. All right. If you come down here, you can actually see the breakdown. The first year is 4,200. That's if you're adding $50 every month. The second year is 14,000. The third year is 45. Fourth year is 145. Can you see how at some point here you can even decide, okay, let me take out my capital or whatever. But the more capital you have, the more the compounding effect is pronounced. So your total deposit is actually your $1,000 initial capital, and the additional deposits are $3,000. So $4,000 is what you have saved, but $4,000 at literally 100x. That's 100x, a little bit over 100x, but So what if you did $100 a month? Like, this is your savings. That is up to $600,000 in 5 years. Maybe in year 4, somewhere in year 4, you could decide to take out your entire capital, which would be like $7,000 or $6,000 at this point. Maybe somewhere here you can take out your capital and roll it over into another account. Maybe in year 4 you can take out $20,000 out of 193 and do something with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is capital acceleration at its best. All right. So, but let's put this back to 50. Let's make it a bit more realistic. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing personally, because I started a challenge, which I call the 555 challenge. I just want to show everybody that this is possible, and I'm using my own money, and anybody can do this. So I started with less than $500, but let's just say $500. And I'm taking that to 500K in 5 years using what I just showed you here. So that's why I call it the 555 challenge. And right now I'm about 13 months into this challenge. This is my audited Forex statistics. So this is FX Blue. It's a third party, audited Forex statistics platform. So I plug my trading account to this particular website and they log all my trades. Now, what I want you to focus on is here. Okay. So you can actually see my balance here, 3,162. All right. So starting from $500, I'm at 3,162. And this is what's important. Okay. This is what's important here. Let's zoom out a bit. Total return is 381%. That's exactly what I'm saying. There is nowhere else you can do 381% in 13 months. Not the best hedge funds out there can give you that. No, there is nowhere. But you can do this with trading at the lowest risk possible and using the power of compounding to get that effect. So my monthly average is about 11.4%. This sometimes goes up to 13%, but this is between 11 and 13% that I've seen. And that's what I'm monitoring. I'm monitoring this account, this particular statistics. And if I plug that 11.4% here, that number actually goes drastically up. So I'm starting from 500, not 1,000, but you can see exactly where my progress is. And that is over 428 days. All right. So let's just ask Google, how many months is 428 days? So that's 14 months. So I'm precisely at the 14-month mark, and I know I'm going to surpass $500,000. I'm not touching this account. I'm not withdrawing from it. It's a challenge account. It's public, so that's the link there. You can check it out. It's a public account. I'll probably put it in the description. And yeah, so that's my progress. All right, and anybody can do that. So I decided to do a little bit of comparison. And I went to perplexity.ai. It's an AI search platform, and I asked, what are the best performing hedge funds for 2023? Just to give you a comparison of the power of what I'm showing you. If you look at that, so I had to do a little bit of refining. I want to sort them by performance. Okay, I want to sort them by performance in 2023. So the top performing hedge fund last year was TCI Fund Management, and they made 33% per in that year, in the entire year. So if you, as a traditional investor, with your $10,000, your $20,000, you go and give the best hedge fund, they are going to give you 33%. We know what 33% means in Nigeria. You just barely made it above inflation. You just barely made it. Okay. Let's look at what the Nigeria inflation. Yeah, so you can see this. This is literally yesterday. Nigeria inflation hits 32.7% in September, rising first time in 3 months. So I think it was above, it's about 30. It's around, it's been over 30% for quite a while. But you can see where we are. So if you're making 33%, you just barely made it above inflation rate in Nigeria. And this is not even factoring in the depreciation of the naira. This is just cost of goods. So, but when you contrast this to making 200% in a year, 213%, 218% in a year, that's if you don't add money. All right. What was that? So okay, I'm doing 11%. So let's go back to 10%. 213% in your first year. But if you add $50 a month, that is 613%, but look, you have 3x your money. So can you see what I'm talking about? So let me stop ranting. I'm getting excited. How do you get started? If you want to learn how to do this, so I come up with a program I've called, it's actually a training I did. It's a self-paced course because I know people are busy, and it's something you can watch in your spare time when you get back home. It's a total of 5 hours that I basically broke this down. It's a strategy course, so it's not a beginner course. If you don't know about Forex, trading, I have a course I give for free. It's called Trading Fundamentals. It's for beginners. So if you don't know anything about Forex, trading, and all that, just I'll give you that course for free just to get you familiar with the concept and the lingo and all that. And then you get this course. It's a strategy course. It shows you how you can trade your money by yourself and outperform the best hedge funds. And you know the best thing, you can trade around your busy schedule in 10 to 15 minutes per day max. You do not need to spend more than 10 to 15 minutes a day max. I'm saying in total, not in one sitting, in total. All right. I'm going to show you how to trade with the lowest risk possible. If you've been trying to trade and you've been blowing accounts, I will show you how to stop blowing your account, to never blow an account again. There's just so much in that course. It's like gold. All right. And then you'll be added to my private Discord where teaching people how to do this. So you can see I do not give signals. I'm basically teaching them how to spot institutional trading. And this is just so this is basically the whole spiel. I have the inner circle where I log my trades and we trade together. People see, yes, I just took my profit. So people are learning this and it's working for them. Okay. I don't have time to take you through the wins and all that. So people are actually making it. All right. I've made 70% of my capital, blah, blah. So I'm going to stop there. If you want to learn more about this, go and get the Smart Money Masterclass. It's on seller.co. It's 100,000 naira. All right. It's peanuts for what you are getting for the value. I just want to make sure that the right people are getting this information and no like lazy and freebie seekers. Um, but I'm giving a 50% discount for now. I just want to get the community going in the Discord. I want to get at least 100 people. I think we're about 60 or so. So once we are 100, then the coupon code goes off. So uh, use this coupon code LTT Workshop to get 50% off and go and get the course. And I'll see you on the Discord. If you have comments or questions, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and I'll be glad to help you. Or you can also join the Discord. The links is below this video. Join the Discord and you get some more information. So hope this helped you. Have a great day. God bless.